Erik Halterman of RotoWire here with 6 players to pick up this weekend, starting with Yariel Rodriguez, starting pitcher for the Blue Jays, who barely pitched over the first 3 months of the season through just 17 2/3 major league innings, and was never going to pitch a ton this year because he basically missed all of last season while going through the legal process to defect from Cuba, pitched in the World Baseball Classic, and then never again. So he was always going to be under some sort of innings limit, but the rest of the season, he should be fully unleashed and should have a starting role with the Blue Jays selling off pieces. Rodriguez, in his last 4 starts, has a 1.66 ERA, 24 strikeouts against just 7 walks in 21 2/3 innings. And he was great over in Japan. He mostly pitched in relief, but had a 1.15 ERA his final year in Japan and allowed no home runs in 54 2/3 inning pitched. Look for Yariel Rodriguez to show what he can do down the stretch in Toronto. If you need a reliever, it's a great week to speculate on the next man up behind some closers who are likely to be out at the deadline. How about Ben Joyce of the Angels as the top name in that category? Carlos Estevez, the closer for the Angels, has a 2.38 ERA and 0.74 whip, 20 saves on the season. He's definitely done enough to get dealt to a contender. Joyce isn't guaranteed to be the next man up, but he certainly looks the part. If you know his name, it might be because he burst onto the scene throwing 105.5 miles per hour in college at the University of Tennessee. His major league career started a bit slow, had some control problems, but he's now made 13 straight scoreless appearances. 15 strikeouts in 15 1/3 innings over that stretch isn't anything too special, but he's only allowed just 6 hits because batters just can't square up a fastball that averages 102 miles per hour. For another closer speculation, how about Lucas Erceg of the Athletics? He should get some closing opportunities for the next couple weeks after Mason Miller fractured his pinky finger punching a table with his glove hand. The fact that his glove hand means he won't miss as much time as he would otherwise, but Miller's name has been floated in trade rumors enough that if you pick up Erceg, there's at least a 10-15% chance that you're getting Oakland's closer for the remainder of the season. Erceg is definitely the next man up in Oakland. He's the only guy with more than 1 save other than Mason Miller on that team. One poor recent outing for Erceg means his ERA is up to 3.89, but still a 3.22 SIERA is quite a strong mark. 26% strikeout rate with about a league average walk rate and a good ground ball rate of 50%. Great pitcher's park for Erceg in Oakland, and weirdly the offense in Oakland has been doing better than you thought. So there might be some real save chances the next couple weeks, and again, maybe the next couple months if Miller gets moved. On the offensive side, how about Tyler Fitzgerald of the Giants? He made the opening day roster, but was basically a bench bat, had only 86 plate appearances in the first half and was even demoted a couple times. But recently, Fitzgerald has homered in 5 straight games. He's not going to keep that up, but that streak should help him keep his playing time at shortstop down the stretch. Giants got sick of Nick Ahmed and cut him. They benched Brett Wisely, and Marco Luciano's never really gotten it going in the minors this season. So the job is Fitzgerald's to lose down the stretch. He showed power and speed in the minors, had a 2020 season in 125 games at the AA level in 2022, and another 2020 season in 102 games at AAA last year. Actually was 1 steal shy of a 2030 season. Shown that power and speed at the major league level as well. 6 homers and 7 steals in 105 plate appearances. Expect that batting average, which is currently sitting at 323, expect that to drop because he's striking out a bit too much, but there's some power and some speed and some playing time for Tyler Fitzgerald down the stretch. Speaking of playing time, how about Angel Martinez of Cleveland? Has made 18 straight starts since he entered the lineup on the 4th of July, which was just his 3rd career major league game. All 18 of those starts have come as the team's number 2 hitter as well. Martinez has gotten opportunities at second base, third base, DH, all 3 outfield spots, mostly playing center field. Martinez was more of a fringe prospect, but he did have a 953 OPS in 26 AAA games this year before getting promoted. Doesn't have big power or speed, but if you look at his minor league career numbers, per 600 plate appearances, he averages 13 homers and 16 steals. So he's not a zero there either. 2 homers and 1 steal so far at the major league level, but the main draw of Martinez's game is excellent plate discipline. 12% walk rate to go with a 15% strikeout rate so far. That plate discipline should keep him batting near the top of the order, which should give him plenty of chances at scoring runs. And finally, for a speculative hitter to add, how about Coby Mayo, corner infielder in the Orioles system? He is quite a big prospect. He's the 7th ranked prospect here at RotoWire. He's already played 132 AAA games over the last 2 years, has a 933 OPS and 31 homers at that level. You don't normally play this many AAA games if you play this well in them, but he's been blocked by a very crowded Baltimore infield. I don't think Coby Mayo is going to be blocked this time next week, either because Baltimore will have traded him for pitching to a team that wants to play Coby Mayo right away, or the Orioles will trade players ahead of him. Perhaps Ryan Mountcastle, for example, with Mayo getting a chance at first base instead of third. You could also make the case to go pick up other Orioles prospects prospects like, say, Jackson Holliday, but Mayo is likely to be out there in more leagues and also has more power, so there's some chance that he's the one who's more likely to make an immediate impact down the stretch. For more names, check out the Saturday edition of the RotoWire Fantasy Baseball Podcast with me and Ryan Boyer.